This story takes place during dark and medieval times. General Stallion has been falsely accused for the theft of the royal family's sacred treasures and has been endlessly pursued for days. Rather than contest the evidence against him, Stallion decides it's safer if he leaves for parts unknown. But his fate is uncertain as the king's men finally track him down in a small village on the western side of the kingdom. What will become of his fate?
Equipped with the hotness, knives and swords, I'll proceed with the chopping. Think for a second, you're coming against a legend. You best to drop your weapons. My crew on the side, ready to fire with my blessing. I'll oblige on your side like a sign of oppression. Hence that you feel it being safe. Tuck your tail between your legs like an animal. Eat you all up like a cannibal. I'm ruthless, get ruthless. After I'm finished, they're minutes. I'm winning always, gladiator all day. That's what they all say.
And believe it or not, once again, Joe's shirt is off the cuff. That's right, fools. A second show. That's right, a second show within the same goddamn day. You know what? This is what happens when I take too much time off. I only took 2 days off, really, when you think about it, Tuesday and Wednesday. Personal issues I had to contend with. But I am back. I am here. And I wanted to continue my conversation from earlier on. You may have noticed there is a different title to this particular show. Do I love my country? Find out. And I will get to that. But I am, much as usual, I like to bury the lead quite a bit here. So I'm gonna get back to that. But before I do anything, you know what? I need to once again remind everybody here of all the friends of the show, the people that have been part of the show, have come on the show, have promoted the show. You know, I'm gonna give you all a great big shout out right now. Let's see. For those of you who have not seen Train Spotting over at the Elephant Theater on Santa Monica Boulevard here in Los Angeles, what the fuck is your problem? I mean, you have a great story, great acting, and fucking nudity. If you like cock, there's cock. If you like ass, there's ass. You like tits, there's tits. If you like pussy, you can see pussy. So go see Train Spotting at the Elephant Theater on Santa Monica Boulevard before it's over. I think this might be the last weekend. Let's see, tomorrow night, Saturday night, and Sunday night. Maybe next week they have one more show going, but go catch it, okay? My buddies Jonathan Rumi and Justin Zachary star in this, and such a talented cast, and nudity. Go see it. Also plugging my good friends Gucci Gucci Boom and Red Fox of Calliope's Canned Commodities. They've had a soft launch so far of their product, and they're going to be doing a hard launch in the coming months, hopefully by the summer, which would mark about a year since they've been in business. We're talking about really fantastic pickles, jams, jellies, just so much really great stuff that they were nice enough to bring to and let me savor. Great stuff. You got to go with it. And, just check them out on their Facebook page, Calliope Canned Commodities, Red Fox, Gucci Gucci Boom. They have individual Facebook pages as well. Check out the pictures. We're talking about a couple of hot ladies, that were nice enough to come in here and do the Hump Day show with me. So go check them out. Also, you want to talk about slutty girls? Let's talk about my little sister Jessica and her business, Diaper Cakes by Jessica. If you are a new or expectant mother, or you know a new or expectant mother, and you have a baby shower to go to or a gift to get for her, consider Diaper Cakes by Jessica. I know it sounds disgusting, but it's not. What it is she will build you a 1, 2, 3, 4 tier cake made out of diapers. New diapers, not used. New diapers, toys, blankets, booty socks, baby wipes, baby monitors, just about anything you can imagine that a new or expectant mother might need, boom, Diaper Cakes by Jessica, okay? You can check her out on Instagram. You can check her out on Facebook. And if you contact her and mention me, she might even give you a little bit more of a discount, okay? Maybe 15%, 50%, maybe 20%. You know what? You don't know until you find out. And I'm telling you, when you show up with a Diaper Cake by Jessica, your gift will be outshining the mother-to-be, all right? So, go with that. Also, there's my buddy Wesley Avila, who owner-operator of Gorilla Tacos. On this one, I haven't gone yet. I have not gone yet, but I have tasted Wesley's food before. We used to work together, and I know Wesley's food kicks ass, okay? So I believe that his food kicks ass. So you go check out his food here in Los Angeles, Gorilla Tacos. It's downtown. Check them out, okay? I'm going to make it there, and when I make it there, then you'll have no excuses for why you haven't made it there, okay? Let's see, and who else is a friend of the show that I wanted to plug? There's so many. There really is. If you want, you could. You know what? There's a couple of friends of mine. Here's one for you. Brendan Collins is a fantastic chef. The fact that he's British, we try not to hold against him, but it's tough. It really is. It's tough not to hold it against him because he's British. And traditionally speaking, the British are known for their food sucking, but not so with Brendan Collins. You can find him over at Waterloo, right here in Los Angeles. And you can go check out my buddy Joe Cook, I believe, at Larry's. He is a protege to Brendan Collins and a fantastic chef in his own right. I've had both of their foods before. Fantastic stuff. Let me put it this way. You want to know how good Brendan Collins is? He got me to eat beets, and I fucking hate beets. And once I ate it, it was okay. That's the best compliment I can give to beets, is that it's okay. And he got me to eat them, and I was like, okay, I don't want to vomit. But, but that's how good he is. I hate beets. And he got me to eat beets and not want to vomit. So, there you go. Check these guys out. These are friends of the show. These are friends of mine. And if you have a business out there that you want to plug, a business, a band, a TV show, a website, anything you want to plug, let me know. I'm plugging away for my friends for free right now. So come in and get it while it's, free and hot, okay? Or hot and free. Because one day, sooner or later, I'm going to be charging you motherfuckers for this, including my own fucking sister. Oh, my God. So, I was talking about the Catholic Church before. And all the little secret files that they got going. All the secret files about, priests that, have sex, get married, have sex with minors, have sex with minor young boys. It's just incredibly sad. And for this, I blame the Catholic Church more than anything else on the planet. I mean, the Catholic Church is to blame for all of their own problems. They instituted a system wherein their members were destined to fail because all of their rules work against all of their instincts. Okay? The human instinct is to fuck and procreate. But before you procreate, you gotta fuck. So you can fuck and not procreate. So this becomes a problem when the human instinct, the urge, the onus of the human being is to fuck. And then you decide to join a group, a program, an entity where fucking is not allowed. And if you, well, actually, it's not that it's not allowed. I mean, you are allowed to fuck, but then you have to follow very specific rules. For instance, you have to be married before you can fuck. And you have to make sure that you are marrying someone of the opposite sex before you can fuck. And so you have to marry this person so you can fuck them without even knowing if you're compatible for the fucking. I mean, it could be that, as a woman, you really, really enjoy really rough, nasty, fucked up sex, But you get married to a man who likes it sweet and gentle and likes to cuddle and kiss and look at you in the eye when, he has an orgasm and probably cries afterwards. And you don't want to be with that guy for the rest of your life because you're never ever going to fuck. You're going to make love. You're going to have sex, but you're never fucking. Anyway, back to the Catholic Church. Actually, we never left. Okay, so the Catholic Church is in a bit of an emergency state, not just simply because so many of their priests and cardinals and bishops and archbishops and whatever are doing things that they're not supposed to be doing, but because nobody wants to seem to be a priest anymore. Nobody wants to be a priest. I mean, just look at the job description. You take an oath of poverty, piety, and celibacy. Why the fuck would you ever want to do that? And then, of course, what happens is, like I said before, you take oaths that go against every natural urge in your body. And then, of course, you break the rules, you sin, and then you're not punished for it. That's the funny part to me, is these people that take on the most solemn of oaths to God, to their church, to their pope, they break these oaths and then they don't get punished, they just get shuffled on somewhere else. And now in modern times, they're not just simply being shuffled somewhere else, they're being sought out and punished and sued, and they're suing the priests, they're suing the churches, they're suing the parishes. You know what? If you are a Catholic and part of the church administration, your life is harsh from the inside and the out because you have no friends on either side. So, what has been going on? Well, a lot of religions allow for female religious leaders. I'm good with it. Honestly, I am. I could care less. I don't give a fuck what sex is, pushing forth the whatever bullshit doctrine there is out there. I don't care if you're male or female. You're still pushing bullshit. I don't care. I'm good with it, There has been, in recent years, a big push from Catholic women to become priests, and deacons, and bishops, and archbishops. And as far as I know, there isn't a single female cardinal out there, at least not one that is publicly approved by the Roman Catholic Church. But there are plenty here in the U.S. Well, maybe not plenty, but there are some. The Catholic Church is experiencing a shortage of priests. Like I said, who the hell would want to be a priest? But now women are stepping up and saying, we would like to be priest. From San Francisco. The priest will be ordained in a purple Lutheran church. The communion bread symbolizing the body of Christ will be gluten-free. The congregation will pray to our Mother, our Father in heaven. That doesn't sound quite right, does it now? Over the last decade, this is from the LA Times, by the way, over the last decade, as the Vatican has faced a serious shortage of priests, a small but growing number of women have answered what they believe to be a call from God. And for those of you here in my home state currently of California is home to more ordained Catholic women than any other state. The more than 120 women worldwide who have been ordained as Roman Catholic priests and deacons say their faiths give them comfort and hope, but that same faith is also bound by Canon Law 1024. It's short and it's blunt, it's very quick and easy to read, and it's straight and direct to the point. Quote, a baptized male alone receives sacred ordination validity. What does that mean? It means that if you don't have a cock and balls, you can't be priest. You can't be a deacon, you can't be a bishop, an archbishop, a cardinal, and sure as fuck you can't be pope, because before you can be pope, believe it or not, they actually check and make sure that you have a cock and balls. We're going to talk a little bit more about this when we get back. We've been listening to one of my favorite bands here, 857. We just heard their first song, Medieval Rhymes. Seems apropos. And here's another song of theirs, also apropos. It's called The Suffering. I'm Joe the Shirt. I'm off the cuff, and I'll be right back.
What is this going on in my head? Living a life I'ma live to regret. I'm seeing red like a bled from the head. It's like this every day when I step out of bed. It's time to stop the monotony inside of me. There's gotta be a way out of this state of mind of getting pissed. For now I know it's just a wish. I'm just a bitch if I slip my wrist. After the pain I just forget and rip the same wound open again. Just for stitch. Just gotta get through the motions. Swim through this emotional ocean. Get to the root of what's causing commotion. Try and stop the madness but it keeps on coasting like a nightmare. I lie awake, always ask myself, do I have what it takes? The world the way it is, what's stressing me? That and the rest of me is the recipe for what might lead to the death of me. Is this a test for me? Let's just see, question me. It's gonna take the best of me to find out just what's my destiny.
Cause I stare at the wall. Am I gonna fall? I hope not. Demons beating on my dome and I won't stop hearing the ringing of the phone and I throw rocks. Cause I kinda in zone when I smoke pots. Just leave me alone or call the
And once again, Joe the Shirt
take a hold
is off the cuff. Welcome back, everybody. We were listening to 857, their song The Suffering, which, like I said, just seems very apropos for today's subject matter. Talking a little bit about women becoming priests within the Catholic Church, which is a bit of a misnomer because women are not allowed to be priests in the Catholic Church as per Canon Law 1024. Quote, a baptized male alone receives sacred ordination validity. So according to the Catholic Church, the Roman Catholic Church, only someone with a cock and balls can be a priest. All right. According to the Vatican, women who presume to be priests and those who help them are committing a grave sin. And like Catholics who have abortions or commit heresy, female officiants are subject to the ultimate penalty, automatic excommunication. The Church does not acknowledge or ordains women or the sacraments they offer. Okay then. I'm gonna reserve my opinion on this for just a little bit more. I'm gonna get through a little more of this story. According to the article here from the LA Times, the first female priests were ordained in 2002 on a boat in Danube by a bishop who had previously had broken ranks with the Vatican. A year later, bishops who asked to remain anonymous until after their death for fear of reprisals ordained the first female bishops so that they in turn could ordain other women. So basically, they're breaking the rules. Okay, there's no such thing as a female Roman Catholic priest. It doesn't exist. There are female Roman Catholic priests that call themselves such, but they are not recognized by the Roman Catholic Church. Just putting that out there here. So then we talk about Maria Eitz, E-I-T-Z, Maria Eitz, or is it Eitz? I'm not quite sure. According to her, the threat of excommunication is meaningless. It has happened to her once already when she became a deacon in 2012. She ignored it and then ignores it now, she said, because if you're baptized, you cannot become unbaptized. If you are called to the table that God calls people to, you cannot be excluded. No, Maria, that's a load of shit. You cannot claim to be part of an organization and just simply ignore that organization's rules. You are, by definition, a sect. You are a splinter group. You are excommunicated. You are actually not part of that group anymore. This is something that I relate to the Boy Scouts of America that I was talking about in the last show, and I'm going to be talking about here in women becoming priests in the Catholic Church, because there's no such thing. It doesn't exist. Look, I'm a big supporter of gay rights. I'm a big supporter of women's rights. But those rights, I do not believe, extend to private organizations and religions. I don't care for religion. I don't care for most private organizations. But I do care that they should be allowed to make their own rules for themselves, as long as they do not trample on the rights of others within their group. Now, a lot of people out there may be thinking to yourselves, well, that sounds a little hypocritical coming from you, Joe. You've always talked about, everybody's equal, it should be fair. I've made exceptions to a lot of the things I've said, and I'm doing so now. I believe that you should be able to form a group that is exclusionary. I do. I truly do. I'll give you a very simple example of this. The Ku Klux Klan. Now, the vast majority of us do not like the Ku Klux Klan. It's a hate group. It's a religiously founded hate group. It's a politically founded hate group. It is a fucking hate group. It is the closest thing to the Nazis that the United States has. The Klan's a pack of assholes. We all know that. We all understand that. We all accept that. But they have the legal, constitutional right to exist. You have the right to hate whoever you want. You hate blacks? Hate blacks. You hate Jews? Hate Jews. You hate Puerto Ricans? Hate Puerto Ricans. You hate white people? Hate white people. It is your right, and it is your right to seek out your friends and family of like-mindedness and say, hey, how about once or twice a week we all get together and we hate the same people together and talk about why we hate them so much. That is your legal right to do. There is no law against the Ku Klux Klan. And I'll tell you the truth, I don't think there should be. On a theological standpoint, I think that it's morally reprehensible. I think it's disgusting. But they have the legal right to exist. Now, do they have the legal right then, if they'll have the legal right to exist, to exclude certain people from their ranks? You don't see anybody clamoring to allow minorities in the Ku Klux Klan. Ku Klux Klan, I'm pretty sure, has some pretty clear-cut rules as to who can join. You're white. That's usually the definition of who gets to be in the Ku Klux Klan. That's pretty much it right there. You're white. You're probably a Protestant of some sort or another. You're a Christian at the very base. You're a Christian and you're white. And most likely born in this country somewhere near a trailer park. I'm kidding. I'm not necessarily saying that. But, you don't see blacks and Latinos or Asians trying to get into the Ku Klux Klan. And if you do, you got to smack those guys smart because they're already too stupid for their own fucking good. But, the Ku Klux Klan has a right to exist. And the Roman Catholic Church has a right to exist the way they see fit. If they say that women can't be priests, then that's their fucking right to say. We have in this country separation of church and state. That's why the Boy Scouts of America don't get federal funding anymore. They used to. Not anymore, though. Now they get most of their money from the Mormons. About 70% of donations made to the Boy Scouts of America come from the Church of Latter-day Saints. But that's their private issue to deal with. Look, like I said, I think it would be great if the Catholic Church would be forward-thinking enough to allow female priests, homosexual priests, married priests. I think it would be fantastic. I think it would be a step in the right direction all around. But that's not where they're going right now. And like I said, it is their constitutional right to do so. They don't have to accept everybody into their little club. And they shouldn't have to. Just like the Boy Scouts. They don't have to accept gays into their little club. They don't have to. They're not federally funded anymore. They're privately funded. They can do whatever they want, but they made the decision to move forward. Good for them. The Catholic Church has not made the decision to move forward. The simple truth of the matter is, if you are a Catholic and you go to a Catholic church and the priest has tits, that is not a Catholic sermon. It's not a Catholic ritual. It is not a Catholically ordained event. You are not being Catholic. Why? Because the people in charge of the Catholic Church said so. That's just a splinter group. Just like with the Boy Scouts of America, there are groups all around the country. Ever since the Boy Scouts of America said that it's okay to be gay and be a scout, they've decided, you know what? We're not going to be Boy Scouts anymore. But we're not going to be Boy Scouts of America. We're going to be some other sort of camping group. But we're still going to preserve our Christian ideals, which is we don't allow gays. At least not openly gays. And that's fine. But I take exception when you have scoutmasters in several cities. There are about 2.5 million Boy Scouts in the United States. Doesn't seem like a big number, but you know what? That's not too far off the number from how many military we have actively serving. So actually, that's quite a bit. But these groups that say that we are Boy Scouts of America, but we're not going to adhere to the new rule that says that we have to allow openly gay scouts into our group, you know what? That means you're no longer Boy Scouts. You are a splinter group. You are a sect. You are a different entity altogether, but you are definitely not Boy Scouts of America. And a lot of what these female priests preach is contradictory to what the Catholic Church teaches. Let me give you an example here. The Catholic Church relies on Scripture and tradition and ordains men alone because Jesus was a man and picked men as his apostles. Quote, the thing you have to recognize here is that the Church is 1.2 billion members worldwide. The issue of women's ordination or even same-sex marriage are kind of like, you ready for this? Boutique issues in the church. It's the American Catholic Church. That's only 75 million people. Only 75 million people in the United States recognize themselves as being Catholic, also known as just under a quarter of the population, which is huge. But it's less than a quarter of the population. Let's see here. I have a quote here from Maria Eitz. And one of the ways she ends her sermons is from a poem, a reading from Hafiz. Quote, I have learned so much from God that I can no longer call myself a Christian, a Hindu, a Muslim, a Buddhist, a Jew. The truth has shared so much of itself with me that I can no longer call myself a man, a woman, an angel, or even pure soul. While that is a very interesting and open way of looking at the world, it is no way to look at Catholic doctrine. It doesn't work. Like I said, I support the idea of female priests within the Catholic Church. I support the idea of female priests beyond the Catholic Church. But as of right now, just like there are no openly gay scoutmasters, there are no official female Catholic priests. Get over it. That's the way the world is. And in case you were wondering, I myself am an ordained minister, and yet I'm an atheist. What does that tell you? Anyway, we'll be right back after this song. I know I got a little heavy there again. By 857, this is their song, 3 Stages of Hell.
What's going on tonight, people? We're really glad that you came out here to listen to a story about a friend of ours who was involved in a classic tale of boy meets girl.
So I saw you on the way in, an hour of techno, I'm saying I ain't gonna dance unless I got a reason. Just from a glance, she already got me feeling. I mean it, short blonde hair, white, small top, cut off, just to get enough off. I'm there, underwear, hanging out slightly. Wifey, she might be, I'm bugging, got me yearning for them jugs. Hugs are like balloons on my chest, I'd assume the role of a fool to be upset. Though from the group she would stand out. Already got the first 3 dates planned out. Put your hand down, we all spill beer by accident. Foreign chick, you gotta love the accent. Vulnerable, yep, unapproachable, except when Dr. E intervenes. In minutes, I cop them digits, so later we can talk about kicking it and licking it, then sticking it.
After the first date, it's all great. You can't wipe that smile off your face, but as time goes by and you see it's all a waste, you can't tell, it's the 3 stages of hell. After the first date, it's all great. You can't wipe that smile off your face, but as time goes by and you see it's all a waste, you can't tell, it's the 3 stages of hell. I cherish every moment of time that I'm with you. Since the first day I saw you, I knew I'd never forget you. Get whoever you think is better, I bet you. I still pick you over her, she ain't as special. I tried and tried, we finally came through. It's cause I showed you that I would never game you. You always high sedity, out of my range, boo. But never in my right mind would I try and change you. We sex passionate, and you get acrobatic. It's like you the drug, and baby, I'm the addict. I gave you my love, and only you could have it. I set my sights on the stars, help me reach up and grab it. Me and you together is way better than average. Can't wait till the day I get to slip you carrots. You think it's too soon to talk about marriage? We have the kids the second you and me get established. After the first date, it's all great. You can't wipe that smile off your face, but as time goes by and you see it's all a waste, you can't tell, it's the 3 stages of hell. After the first date, it's all great. You can't wipe that smile off your face, but as time goes by and you see it's all a waste, you can't tell, it's the 3 stages of hell.
Oh my god, I can't believe this. I just saw this chicken cheating, sneaking guys inside the
And once again, for the last time today, Joe the Shirt is off the cuff. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for listening in, joining me, indulging me in my rantings and ravings and all that good shite. I think I'll move into a little lighter fare for the rest of today's show, mostly because I'm running out of material. Here's something for you, for those of you who are big on social media, you Facebookers, you Tweeters, you Reddits and Tumblers and Stumblers, you YouTubers and Yahooers. I mean, you guys are all over the place. Apparently, and this is something that you've probably known for quite some time, Facebook is not what it used to be. Facebook is losing ground in the multimedia, public media, social media world. I mean, you remember, but you know what? That's kind of natural. I mean, remember, for the longest time, you know what? People were all about the email, and then they were all about the cell phone, and they were all about the texting, then they were all about the Facebook, and then they were all about the tweeting, and then they were all about it. It continues on and on and on and on. And now, you know what? Facebook users are using Facebook less and less. Facebook is becoming a bit of a dinosaur, actually, which is kind of sad because I released the show on Facebook. It's probably my biggest listener stream, Facebook, so I'm a little depressed about that. But apparently, more and more young people, who are the people that the social media advertisers go for, are switching from Facebook to Twitter. I have tried to Twitter. I have tried to tweet. I really have. But I got to tell you, the number of characters is annoyingly low that you can use. It's like 140, 160, whatever the fuck. Too low. And I do not like shortening my words. I hate LOL. I hate LMAO. I do. You know what? F you. You know what? That's what I say to it. You know, I can't stand that bullshit. In any case, now, what is one of the big deals going on right now? Now, for the longest time, you know, we have, I would say since the 70s, been incredibly big fans of video games. We love video games. Maybe not as much as the Japanese. I mean, the Japanese are a little fucked up when it comes to pretty much anything they do. But we love our video games. We love our puzzle games, our action games, our horror games, our shooter games, our first-person games, our second-person, our third-person games. We enjoy our games about cooking and farming and throwing angry birds at Nazi pigs. We're into this kind of shit. We really are. But after a while, we get oversaturated with it. I mean, I think about my home right now. We have 3 laptops in the house. Mine, my girlfriend's, and her work laptop. We have 3 television sets in the house, all of them with Blu-ray players attached to them so that we can go on the internet and get Netflix and YouTube and Yahoo and all that shit. We have a Nintendo Wii. We have a PlayStation 3 and a PlayStation 2 in the house. We also have a PSP. I have a PSP. It's mine. Okay? We love our video games. We love our content. We love all of it. And for the longest time, it really seemed as if video games were going to just take over the world. And then they didn't. That came with the advent of computers and social media, because we decided that we wanted to be able to integrate social media, entertainment, video games, movies, television, the news. We want them all together. And that became a bit of a problem because so many of these products, when they first came out, were individual products that were not necessarily designed to work together. And then, of course, we got our cell phones and our smartphones and our iPads and our iPods and our iPhones and our Samsung's G4S, whatever the fuck. It's too much for me. So now Xbox is coming out with yet another console. Now, I don't know if you've seen the new Xbox console. It's called the Xbox One. The damn thing is the size of an old VHS recording machine. That's how big it is. Massive, all right? It is bigger than your cable box. It is bigger than your whatever game console you have. It is huge, okay? I've got a picture of it over here. You know, I'm going to post it so you guys can take a look. It is monstrous, all right? But it is no longer just a game console. It is, more than ever, a central hub for not just your living room, but for your entire house. Okay, yes, can you play video games on it? Absolutely. But that is hardly the scope of this damn thing. All right, let me read you a little bit of this here. This is from the LA Times again. Not only will the Xbox One deliver an amped-up game experience, but it will also let users watch TV, rent a movie, and listen to music. You're thinking to yourself, well, lots of devices already do that. Yes, but then viewers can also use their voice and gestures to control the TV as well. You want to change the channel? Just tell the Xbox One to turn on ESPN for a baseball game. Check out a movie on HBO or launch an on-demand service like Netflix. This is all voice and hand controlled without using a remote control. Users can even video chat with friends like on Skype. Microsoft says that they're going to be unveiling the new system with 15 games at close to the end of this year, early next year. Steven Spielberg will be executive producer of a television series based on the blockbuster Halo franchise. I've never even played Halo, but I know it's a big fucking franchise. And the National Football League, NFL, is going to be delivering interactive television experiences to the Xbox One. This is so much bigger than you might think it is, and it's so much more insidious. Remember, the other week, about 2 weeks ago, I was talking about how the smart televisions are coming out, and they will be able to understand and know who you are and suggest programming that you might like based on what you've watched before. Basically, the machine is watching you and figuring out what it is you like. This machine is doing the same thing, but not for $10,000 or $40,000. It's going to be selling for roughly, according to them, between $300 and $400. That's the core system. Get the amped up system, it's probably going to be about $600. Also known as what we were paying for the PS3 7 years ago. Let's see what else here. What is this good thing going to be able to do? Using an updated version of Kinect, which is the body controller video game. It's the body control video game version used to control the game without pressing buttons necessarily. Uses its built-in camera and sensors. The next generation console can recognize the person sitting on the couch. Okay, it's not just simply you turn the damn thing on and it gives you just random suggestions. It gives you suggestions for you specifically. So if I'm sitting on my couch and I'm watching TV, the Xbox will tell me, hey, Joe, do you want to watch the Transformers? Do you want to play a shitty video game? But if my girlfriend walks in here and sits on the couch, the damn thing will go, hey, M, would you like to watch Nurse Jackie? Do you want to watch The Age of Innocence? We know Joe doesn't, but I know you're here, and that's what you might want to watch. It really is, like I said, going to be watching you, watching other things, and again, the advertising will be geared towards you. It is so innovative that it's going to be able to, on the games where you're working out, where you're doing, aerobicizing, or you're jogging, or you're playing, virtual soccer, or virtual football, or baseball, or tennis. It will be able by itself to read your heartbeat and rate and pulse. This scares the shit out of me, and it should scare the shit out of you, because it is what I've been talking about. I've talked about this on several shows already. It is an invasive technology. It is a technology that hacks into the very core of who you are. And it's not something you can protect with a password or a code, because it bases its decisions on your decisions. And like I said before, this is something that we asked for. We want this. Why? Because we want a simpler, easier way to entertain and enjoy ourselves. I still recommend you go outside, take the dog out for a walk, go play some basketball. How about some tennis? Maybe go fuck in a public park in a private little alcove somewhere. But what's happening in your house? Like I said before, and I'll say it again, it's 1984. The machines are watching you. It's the Matrix. The machines are watching you, and they're learning what you like, and they are adjusting to that, and they're going to take over someday, man. Anyway, that is my time. I've done 2 shows today. Thank you for listening. I appreciate all of you. And you know what? On the next show, I promise you, celebrity birthdays. I know it's a big deal for some of you. Here's the last song today by 857. It's called Joke's Over. And so am I. I'm Joe the Shirt. I'm off the cuff. I'll listen to you next time. Bye.
Yo, turn the headphones up. This is 857. Little lower. That's Turbo, LG, YKC. Yeah, that's right there. And like the 23rd. Dying, that man with no emotion, never posing, you frozen while dancing in motion. Now listen, but you never sitting while pimping the never giving a